What is up, guys? Welcome to Gracias 23, and today we're working on the S14 yet again, and hopefully we can get the engine back in today. So let's get started. Okay, you gotta take the shifter off first just to make it easier to install later. Alright, so in the last episode we finally finished up plumbing all the brake lines since we switched the master cylinder to a larger 300ZX one. We're using the 1 inch and 1/16 diameter master cylinder because the brakes on this thing are going to be huge. We needed to get that done before we could put the engine in, so finally happy with that. It looks great, and I think that's the last thing we needed before we can put this up, so I guess let's try to put it up. This is the 1,000-pound capacity table cart lift thing from Harbor Freight. So far not super happy with it. It's a little sketchy. It has like a 2-stage release thing, and it seems like it can get stuck in between the 2 stages and just drop everything on the floor. So that's great. Harbor Freight took care of that. I found the only way I found to work around it is just to commit and lower it entirely the first time without letting go. That's the only way it works. Anything in between, it is gonna drop everything. So keep that in mind for anybody that wants to buy one of these. Also, another thing that we changed on this cart is I flipped this mechanism around because the release initially, it initially released that way, which I thought was kind of useless. I mean, I guess if you're trying to store the cart under something, but it gets in the way when you're like trying to put an engine in. So I flipped everything around and made it to where it drops down this way, which is much more useful. Forgot this was just laying on here and this is gonna get smushed. Power steering line. Oh God. Trying to get the subframe lined up, but it's not quite cooperating. Okay, I think that's gonna be close enough. Okay, now I need to bolt in the transmission mount, which I have no idea where I left the bolt, so that's great. Yay. All right, that's gonna be it for this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next time. I'm too old for this. All right, so the coupler joint, U-joint thing here has a long side and a short side. The long side goes to your steering column, and the bolt faces this flat section. And all right, engine is mounted. Now we gotta connect it to everything. We can start with this, I guess. It's the positive battery cable. So there's a bunch of plugs on this that plug into the fuse box. 1, 2, 3. And then the other plugs on that harness are for the alternator. And I don't know why I undid all that if I didn't need to. right, and that's the alternator back on. While we're down here, I guess we should just put on all the suspension stuff because it's kind of in the way. Right, not too bad. So one thing I noticed is with getting all the hardware zinc plated is a lot of the threads are not very smooth anymore, which I guess makes sense if you're adding metal to it. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe we should have, I don't know, run a thread dye through them or something. All right, there's our knuckle back in place along with our fancy R35 Brembo to S chassis caliper brackets, available at garage23.net. Get yours today. Okay, next up is the power steering high pressure line. I forgot how this goes. Yeah. So this line is a particular pain in the ass because you don't really have room to get a wrench moving anywhere. So you kind of have to remove this fitting or use some other tool, like maybe, I don't know, crow's foot maybe? It's also not a 17, it's a 16-ish. And I'm guessing that's because this is probably an aftermarket replacement. Then we put this guy back and that one is a 17. Almost forgot our tension rods. All right, next up is putting the slave cylinder back on. And then we're gonna replace this crusty old rubber line with something a little nicer. Okay, so I think we found the perfect banjo bolt that's gonna work for this. So let's see if it's short enough, because all the other ones I had were mostly too long. And yeah, it looks like that it's gonna tighten up fine. Should probably put a bend in this to make it a little easier to work with. All right, so we got a nice bend on this fitting now, and that makes it a little easier to work with. So now we need to see if hopefully a piece of scrap we have laying around is long enough to work with that. Yeah, perfect. Okay, awesome. So we're just gonna use that one because this other one's longer. Then we peel the banana. Ta-da! All right, just like that, custom clutch line. Okay, the last two things I hope that we need to do down here is the drive shaft and exhaust. Unfortunately, we're still reusing the stock exhaust for now, but it's fine. Drive shaft should be pretty simple. Just slide in the output shaft. And then bolt up the carrier bearing. It's funny, I thought getting a lift would make everything way easier, but you just go from doing everything on the floor to being tired out from your shoulders because your shoulders have never been used to hold stuff up anymore, so it makes it more tiring. There we go. So this setup isn't technically supposed to work. It had been working fine before, so I guess we're just gonna keep it and see if it still works. This is a ABS rear differential and a non-ABS drive shaft. Technically the drive shaft is too long for this diff, and it is putting a certain amount of tension on our carrier bearing. But it's been fine for like the past 2 years, so I don't know, whatever. Okay, drive shaft is all tightened up. So now we're gonna move on to the exhaust. Almost there. Okay, undercarriage is complete. I guess we can start lowering it now and start working on the engine stuff. So we got the heater circuit to bolt up still, the fuel lines, which I apparently cut, and engine harness, battery, which I forgot that this doesn't have a battery tray, so we're going to relocate the battery, which I wasn't really planning on. I guess I'm trying to just put the harness back in place. That I removed all that stuff. Okay, a little bit of a pain. We still had the AC core in the way on the inside, so I had to remove that in order to get the harness all the way in. And then when I got it all the way in, I realized that it has to go behind the brake lines, so I had to take it all back out and then snake it through behind the brake lines without messing them up, and then get it back in place. Now we're good. Also got the fuel lines hooked back up, and the lower harness plugged in. Alternator is already good. The only slight issue I'm noticing so far is that our negative battery cable no longer has this mounting point, because that was on the battery tray, I believe. So I'm not sure what to do about that, but we're just gonna move on to putting the intake stuff back on. That goes to the breather. That goes to the throttle body, and it's an 8mm. Then intake tube. And our intake box with our MAF sensor. And maybe we'll connect this guy there. Some of the things you gotta be careful when repainting everything is that the threads get paint in them too. So you gotta clean them out before you put stuff back together sometimes. That's the ground for the alternator, I think. Big step. It's been a while since this thing's been on the ground. Oh, e-brake works. Okay, now we can start plugging everything back in. I think that's everything. Okay, got everything buttoned up, got the battery put back in, it's bolted up, and nothing sparked or caught fire, so that's a great sign. So let's see if it makes noises. And we got a fuel leak. Okay, round 2. Okay, good enough, it runs. Sounded like I had a vacuum leak, which I thought I took care of all of them. And we have a giant vacuum leak because I didn't hook up the brake booster. Okay, we got the brake booster vacuum line hooked back up for now. It's all ugly and dirty, but whatever, it's fine, just for testing purposes. So round 3. There we go, that sounds proper. Okay, success! Super happy with that result. Everything works as it used to. Can't believe we took this car from like a absolutely bare bones chassis to a semi thing again. So super stoked with that. Thank you guys so much for watching. And remember, always do your best.